We got 3 college football playoff games this Saturday. The early game kicks off at noon Eastern at Beaver Stadium with the Penn State Nittany Lions hosting the SMU Mustangs. Penn State will be a big favorite in this game, but what does the data say? I'm going to toss out the numbers in this one. I'm going to go strictly on gut and eye test. It should get interesting. We're going to talk about it, but before we do, I got to tell you about a promotion we have available right now at wagertalk.com. For a limited time, you can get the rest of the college football, all the bowl games, all the playoff games for just $149. This promotion is available for any of the great handicappers at wagertalk.com, and that includes this guy right here. I'm still the number one big play handicapper at WagerTalk, dating back to 2022. I'm up 268 units with my 4% and 5% plays during that span. And I do have a 4% and a 5% play for playoff games this Saturday. As always, there's no purchase necessary. You're more than welcome to tune in just for the free picks. The only thing I ask from you is that you take the time to smash that like button, and that will allow me to keep putting out these videos. Let's get into it. Penn State will be an 8.5-point favorite. The total sits at 54. And I said in the intro that we're not going to talk about numbers. In fact, I'm going to try and give my complete analysis of this game without mentioning a single number. I gave you the spread. I gave you the total. Now let's talk about how I feel about this game. Penn State, I'm not a fan. I am not a Penn State guy. James Franklin, I love betting against James Franklin in big games. Without giving you the numbers, historically, Franklin beats up on the bad teams consistently. And when he plays Michigan and Ohio State every year, he loses. And sometimes he's close, but more often than not, he loses handily. Franklin is not my guy in big games. That said, we got to look at strength of schedule. I mean, SMU didn't play anybody all year. Then they lose to a Clemson team that just isn't that good. And you look at team talent composite. I won't give you the numbers. I'll just say that Penn State has a lot more talent on the roster. And I'm not talking about one or two skill players being higher ranked than the opponent's skilled players. I'm talking about overall depth. That means in a cold game with snow and wind, guys get hurt. The guys that come behind them to replace them are much higher quality on the Penn State side. And then you've got home field advantage. Beaver Stadium is known to be one of the toughest places in all of college football to play. And as much as I don't like James Franklin, he's terrible at punching up, but he's really good at punching down. And that's one of the reasons I don't like him, because when I'm betting against him with an underdog, he'll do something like a fake kneel for a touchdown at the end of the game to win by 30 instead of 24. And to say that bothers me would be an understatement. That said, I think the quality is just too much for SMU to overcome here. It's a tough place to play. It's cold weather. And I've heard people say the weather doesn't matter that much. And I don't care what the numbers say. The eye test says more often than not, playing in a blizzard matters. And it's going to mean a low score, and it's going to favor the team with the bigger, badder offensive and defensive lines, the team that controls the line of scrimmage, and the home team. And that's going to be Penn State for me, minus the 8.5. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you've got anything to say to me, even if it's nasty, you hit me up in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.